All right, honey. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode review for P Valley on Stars. This is episode 5 of the season 1 entitled Billy. Honey, let's get down to the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know they gonna shake it. Yes, God, honey. 1, 2, break 'em. 3, 4, rake 'em. These niggas, girl, I like this. I love this show, honey. These niggas grind hard, but the bitches grind harder. Climbing out that pole just to get out the bottom. Girl, I love this. I am so grateful y'all talk me into this show. Cause baby, this show gives me life. Do you hear me? Girl, this is a key to fuck key that we need. Okay? I'm trying to tell you. Now let's open up this here episode with Mississippi, honey. She done did her thing on what was supposed to be Mercedes last night. Now, child, we even come to a point where we meet this woman named Lauren who is celebrating her divorce. Baby girl says she's spending half of that divorce settlement money. Then, as Mississippi is dancing on her later on, she busts out crying, saying that man just left me and she don't want to go back to that big old empty house. And Mississippi was giving her some good ass advice. She said, "Look here, girl, it's your blessing to get up out of there. Now you ain't got to be trying to hold on to something that don't need to be held on to, right?" Mississippi was trying to console her. And also in these episode reviews, I may refer to this girl as Keyshawn sometime. You know they all got stripper names except for Mercedes. We'll get into it later. But yeah, so if I'm saying Keyshawn and Mississippi, that's the same bitch. Okay? Okay, all right then. Anyway, she trying to console the lady, telling it's gonna be okay. And she will find a man who would appreciate her and accept, you know, God's blessing. Gidget said amen to that, and Mississippi told her, "Girl, come on, chill. Now I'm talking to a client." Turned around, an old girl passed out with a large amount of cash on the table. So Mississippi told Gidget, "Let's get it." I said, "All right, down to the valley where the girls get naked. If you throwing bands, then you know she's gonna shake it." Yes, God. Uncle Clifford and Lil Myrtle. It's morning. Okay. Clifford woke smoking a Joe, reminiscing about that night before. Then here's this lady out in her damn club area. Go out there and child, it is Miss Lauren, the big girl who had the emotional breakdown because her man left. Now outside, the ladies, Diamond and big accountant man, they all talking about Pink being foreclosed on because it's a note on the door. And they all worried except for Mississippi, who is excited that someone has reposted a video of her dancing the night before, and it has now gotten over 10,000 views. Okay, 10,000 likes. Meanwhile, the other lady's worried about how, if the pink clothes, how I'm gonna finish. Her name was Val. How I'm supposed to finish nursing school if the paint closed. Clifford come out looking just like he looking on that screen. Uh, he letting Miss Lauren out so that she can go home. Sees girls around and just assume that something bad had happened to Mercedes, baby. Where she? Oh my God, she did. Don't tell me she did. Baby, they say no, she not dead, but show him that 14 day notice that was on that door, and Clifford fell smooth the fuck out. Girl, that was funny. How about they got Mama Patrice and Mercedes down to the news, honey. They say pastor attacked by exotic dancer. I them down to the telex's place, and they say that she done did over 10 transfers in the last few days, and she can't do no more. See, before that day, they had unlimited transfer because that company knew families were trying to reach out to the loved ones after the flood. So it's been 2 months, and the limits have now been reinforced, and she has reached hers. Now, as they taking Laura, as they talking, her and the lady at the telex building, Lauren done rolled up so fast. Old girl that worked for the damn money wire transfer place, she thought that the girl wasn't even gonna stop the car. She was just gonna drive the car into the building. But baby, she hooked a strong little right on. So she didn't hit the building. But old girl sure thought that she was gonna hit that building. Then we see the police behind her. Well, at some point they stopped her because we see her ass being hauled off into the jail. She's singing some rhymes to a song. As Mercedes asking for her one phone call, she overhears her singing and say, "Who sing that?" And old girl said, "Lil Myrtle." She telling the cop that who we learned is named Jesse, that she can't be held up in no jail over no weekend, and he said well she should have considered that before whooping her mama's ass, and say uh she said plus he said he ain't never get his wallet back, so he a former client and she got him right. Y'all remember Jesse? Now her and Lauren begin is being escorted to the cells. They gotta pass by the men's holding cell. So Mercedes still got on her stripper gear. So the men are oogling and acting like hounds all over the girl. And then there's this one trans girl there named Nevaeh asking to be placed in the women's cell. And Jesse say it's not his call, it's God's call. Girl, this show episode was so much fun. I'm a Kiki through this whole thing. So I'm telling y'all now, be on the lookout for a Kiki. Now, we see Mercedes get put in the same cell as Mama Patrice, right? Child, that because there's a sewer backup in the other cell. So he asked the ladies who were already in there to help keep Mercedes and Mama Patrice separated because Mercedes already had tried to grab her when she first walked in there and they had to separate them. Now, who asks the inmates to keep law and order in the cell? Child, if that ain't some southern shit, baby, and nobody wants to deal with those two tornadoes. Jesse said, yeah, or he said, well, y'all can either, go over there and visit Nevaeh now, and those men are like hounds. So now they gonna go ahead on and try to keep the mom and daughter away from each other. Jesse say one more peep and he's up in everybody's charges. And Mercedes asks, well, can he do that? And all the ladies said yes. And this lady was, trying to defend Mama Patrice from Mercedes when Jesse said that they were mom and daughter. The lady said some of these young folk nowadays ain't got no respect. Mama Patrice truly ashamed. She said shame. Girl, then was that old lady trying to help Mama Patrice get her wig back situated right? Baby, she shifted her wig back. I said, oh my goodness. Girl, that was funny. Anyway, we meet Montavious Hill. At least we see the side caption of this dude, right? He in Chuckalisa now. Looking for his wife. Said after the flood he lost contact and has visited every town near the river looking for her. Child, he said he really need help finding, where she is. Even let out one tear on the side of his eye as he told that story to the sheriff. And the sheriff told him, well, look here, just email us a picture and I'll have my deputies put flyers up around town. Now, and he'll let him know if anything, services from that. Now, we ain't see shit but the side of this man's eyes. And we saw him having we saw his hands. He was having this shaking thing going on, like he got some nerve damage or some child. But by that autumn, bitch, you better run like Celie was trying to run to get away from Mister before one of them beats came down. But then again, now, bitch, they put we need a full show. Clifford flies flies in there upset about the 14-day eviction he's facing. He's upset, baby. He and the sheriff go to his office to talk, and sheriff said he didn't put that notice on the door of the paint one of his deputies did because he was busy pulling a woman over who was so lit from his club the night before. he thought that she was gonna explode like a firecracker. And he said, thank God he found her when he did, because ain't no telling how many people she would have killed going backwards down Main Street like she was on 40 going north. He said he and Clifford have an arrangement and Clifford does play, but tell Yoli down there to the bar to hold off on some of that liquor she putting in them drinks. Because see, this arrangement between the two of them gonna have to come to an end if Clifford keep pushing it. Sheriff said that he don't have no issue with the folks having fun, but the thing about it is the Bible. Think about what the Bible said and suggested that Clifford goes and talks to Mayor Ruffin about the 14-day notice. Clifford said, "You you." He said, "Go talk to your boy Mayor Ruffin." Clifford said, "Yo boy," cause Sheriff referenced Clifford, Mayor Ruffin being Clifford boy. He said he seemed more like he your boy than he is mine. He around here doing your bidding. I said, baby, they be trying it, okay? They really be trying. Sheriff said the mayor has a right to expedite property that the community deems a blight. Clifford said, do you know how many hoes I done put through school? Sheriff said it ain't going to override the code violations that he done racked up. And bottom line, Mayor Ruffin wants it gone. So Sheriff said he busy. He got a lot going on. Even got one of his gals called Alexis. Clifford said, "You talking about Mercedes?" He said, "Yeah, she her and her mama up there cutting up down to the Krogers." And Clifford wanted to see her. Sheriff said, "When she posts bail, you can." He pleaded, "Mercedes like one of my daughters. I wouldn't, I need to see her." Okay. She just like one of them daughters I ain't never gonna have. So let me see her. And he said, "Okay." Mercedes in the back still asking for her one call. Child, it's a dude in the cell across from her having a good old time with his damn self, asking her to stand still so he can finish because he over there having himself a wonderful time down in his pants area alone. Lauren finally up and was she asked Mercedes, uh, is that Mercedes? She was like, are you Mercedes? Because I came down from a neighboring town to see you on your last dance, and told Mercedes that, but another girl ended up doing it. And she said, who danced in my spot? And she said, Mississippi. Clifford came in and Mississippi and to see Mercedes. She upset about Mississippi going standing in for her, and he reminded her that it was a business and said, what you want me to do? Let them niggas tear up my club? Mercedes asked how did she do. He was finna tell her the truth about it, that the girl had brought the house down, but he saw that was gonna probably be a problem. If might start some friction between them. So he dumbed it down and said she did all right. She said she needed Clifford to get her out, and he said that he would, foreclosure be damned. She asked if Pank was about to be auctioned, and he showed her the notice and said that that's the only reason he was even down there. He said he was about to go. He said he mm. Oh, he said that's when he heard about her and Patrice. That's what he called her. And Mama Patrice said, you better keep my name out your mouth. He said, don't come for me unless I send for you, girl. Mercedes told Clifford, do not bail her out. He needs every dime to save the paint. He urged her not to worry and it would be okay, and um asked her not to beat her mama ass no more. Leave that up to him. She said, ain't that nice? A visit from your pimp. Clifford said, I got your pimp. Mercedes said, well, pimp, that lady has done more for me than you have ever done for me, including be a better mother to me. Mercedes said, at least she didn't steal all my shit and make it her damn church. I said, oh, baby, they gonna get into it the whole time. They finna really get into it this whole time. She said, talk about pimp. Why was she only 3 and had a gas bill and a dealer charge card in her name? Nevada been moved over to the women's side. Said, girl, my mama did the same thing to me. Mercedes said Jesus come like a thief in the night, but they ain't never met Patrice Woodbine. Mama Patrice said God has already forgave her for that, and it looked like she will have to do it as well. Then Jesse came through and said the phone is back in business and asked if somebody wanted to make a call. Now, Gidget is at her house grinding up some pills when her mother starts yelling for her. She says she is hooking up that concoction. Then she gets a call from an unknown caller. Child, she answered the phone. And she just assumed that Gidget wasn't going to accept her call, but Gidget actually did and asked her, "Girl, what is you down there beating up your mama for on your last dance, the night of your last dance?" She said it's all over the news, honey, with everybody talking about it. Mercedes said she need $2,000 to burn, and Gidget said that's a lot. She said, well, you ought to be able to, bond yourself out. You said you've been, stacking your money. Mercedes said her mama took all of it, then took the building that she was going to lease to have for her gym. She's gonna make that her church. Now it's 15 seconds left in the call, and Gidget said that she will see what she can do. Child, it's a story with that Gidget and her mama. Did y'all pay attention to her mama yelling at her, talking about bring my motherfucking smoothie? And her mama said, she told her mama, wait a motherfucking minute. It sound like it's some trash, in that kind of storyline right there. The kind of trash that they say I live in, the trailer park. Oh, and I thought that I love you that Mercedes said at the end. I thought that was really nice. But when she hung up, Jesse gave her a jacket and said it get cold in themselves. He know the men keep gawking at her that's uncomfortable, and even though they got history, she got him for that wallet. He don't want her back there just feeling like this, so he gave her a jacket. When she go back to the cell, that chick that was in there talking about she had shot her man with a BB gun and say he better not try her again, cause next time it won't be one. When she came in there with that jacket, Jesse gave her old girl talking about, he done gave her a little gift. It must be nice to have an ass like that. Mercedes say no, it's a burden too. Mama Patrice said no, it is really a burden too. And walked over to Mercedes and extended her hand. Mercedes said, it's like you trying me. Mama Patrice said it comes a time when you must humble yourself before the Lord and unload your trespasses and forgive. Forgive those who trespass against you as well. Mercedes, do you realize how you set me back? That's what she asked her mama. While I was investing, you was finessing. She said her mama probably been planning to take her money from the jump. Her mama said when God sends his finger down from the heaven and tap you on your shoulder and say it's you it, she said she was touched twice. She been tapped on by God's angel's wings, and twice she had to pull the feather out her eye. I said, Mama, no, she using this church, baby. She is using these verses and running all that game on her daughter. Child, in short, she feels she has been chosen by God to do what he do, and basically do his will. The thing that the niggas over at the death of Delta Valley Missionary Church won't let her do, which is preach. Mercedes said, and what am I called to do? She said, well, unless you teaching them little helpers to twerk for Jesus, I don't see a purpose. I said, see, that what I be talking about that Mama Patrice. She be trying it, girl. She said, well, what if I told you it was the only way that I could get Terica back? What would you say then? Mama Patrice said, you need to leave Terica right where she is with Shell. See, Mercedes said the judge said she got a better chance of getting custody if she can prove that she's got a stable job and she's a fit mother. No, that's what she trying to do. Mama Patrice said, you think that judge gonna snatch Terica about that big old pretty house to come live with you on the corners of thought and thugs and thoughts? I think's not. Mercedes says she's still my baby. Mama Patrice said no, she shells. And a bless a woman ten or twofold who take on the responsibility of raising another woman's child, looking into that child's eyes every day, knowing that those are the eyes of her husband's infidelity. But that's what makes a woman godly. She knows how to forgive. And Mercedes said, um, she said, Mercedes, you can learn a thing or two from her. Mercedes said, Shell not her mama, I am. Mama Patrice asked if she ready for that kind of responsibility, to sacrifice. Mercedes said if given a chance to be a mama, she'd never be like Patrice. Now, Autumn is over there at that wire transfer company again, and she get a text saying that there's a meeting. All the ladies from the paint need to meet because Mercedes in trouble and need a little help. We see them and end up down to the bail bondsman office, child. Even Autumn came into Mississippi surprise, but Mississippi still going in because her viewership on that video is going up, so she feeling herself. Child, Mr. Bail bondsman man came in there and said it's 2,000, but along with moving violations that have turned into warrants and other shit, processing fees and whatnot, Mercedes' total bond would be $5,358.34. Bitch, Quita was like, that's Yolis. Was like, oh hell no. See, they was ready for the 2K, but you done added another $3,358.34, and the girl's not having that shit. Now, Mr. Bell Bonds man kind of got snappy. He was being nice and grimy, basically throwing something at Gidget like, we might could work out a way to help your friend out, cause her legs look so pretty and all you know. She said, we just here to help get my girlfriend out. He said, well, I was just trying to help you. If she is as fine as all of you, you just say it's men like you that's gonna bust hell wide open. And he said, I was just trying to be nice and compliment you bitches. You need to get the fuck out of my motherfucking office if you ain't got the money. Seem like the only way you helpers are gonna get her out is if you put your house down as collateral or your pussy. Child, he licked his tongue out and Gidget got pissed, tried to jump across that man, dead at him. They had to grab her and outside. Now they trying to figure out what the hell they gonna do. Yola said, man, let me tell you, all of us it's about to be the first of the month. We don't know what's gonna happen with the paint. It's supposed to be closing, and ain't none of us really got that kind of money to spare. They always in agreement with that, except for Autumn. Gidget's position is that Mercedes would do that for them, right? Yola said maybe, maybe not, but that's her debt, not ours, and tells Val, come on. Mississippi say they right, and she walks off with to join Yola and them. Autumn sits with Gidget and asks, "What would would Mercedes really do that for all of them?" And Gidget said, "Hell no." But then she explained, her mama stole all of her money. She asked, "What would you do if someone took all your money?" And Autumn said, "Kill him." Child, when she said that, Gidget looked at her. And then by the time, before we could even get a response out of the damn comment or a kill him, the tow truck rolled by with Mercedes damn car on it. And Gidget said, God ain't playing tonight. I said, no, he's not, honey. Mama Patrice is in that jail preaching to those women, one of which was the old lady that adjusted her wig. And old girl said, this girl trying to move on with her life, and you messing her up. The owner, messing her up. That might be her only shot. You know what I'm saying? So old girl that had shot our man with the BB gun said, are you even any good at preaching? Mercedes said, no, she just good at being a pimp, trying to, she's a pimp trying to be a pastor. Child Mama Patrice tried talking about she got started in the muck in the valley, but say won't God do it. Then she broke into lilies in the valley, and Mama Patrice and Lauren was giving it to the ladies. They opened up the doors of the church, asking who was ready to be saved tonight. saying it feels like accepting Jesus Christ in the pardon of your sin is better than any orgasm in the world. It gives you more joy than any man or any vibrator, she say, talking about how she said you keep talking about how I was a pimp, but I started lower than that. I was on my knees, got down on her knees, child. And she said she wasn't down there to pray. She said I was down there so you wouldn't have to. So don't think you know better than me and don't try to judge me. Child, she asked what they was in there for, right? And BB Gun lady said, you ain't supposed to ask folks what they in jail for. She said this ain't the jailhouse, this is God's house tonight. And each lady just started telling what they was in there for. One woman said she was in there because she had put some weed in her baby diaper. Then somebody said, the older lady said she was in there for slitting somebody's throat. It was a pause. Then another one said that she was in there on a DUI. That was Lauren after cheating on her husband with her mama. Now that one took me out. Mama Patrice said, no judgments, no judgments. Although you need to be judged, all sins can be forgiven. Child, she told Mercedes, see, God can heal. It's his plan. And asked her for forgiveness. As Mercedes watched all these women believing this bull crap that her mama was selling them, she told her mama, she whispered it in her ear and told her, you did to me. As soon as she said that, the deputy came, Jesse came in and said she made bail, so she walked out. So when she walks outside, ain't nobody out there but Autumn waiting for her. She asked about Keyshawn, aka Mississippi, and Gidget, but Autumn told her to get in the car, and she did. At that point, she finally let that strong persona down, and she was able to cry out everything that she had just experienced, knowing her mama, who she really loved, wanna love, but her mama judgmental and she flawed as fuck. She let all that out in that car. And Autumn didn't judge. She just asked her, where you want to go? Then we see Mel Ruffin and Andre, and they at this barbershop apparently, about to go to this event, right? Because everybody's sharp. Mel Ruffin in there being his most boisterous self, talking about, uh, I told y'all I was gonna turn this city around as soon as got elected. I keep my promises. Child Cliff comes in and the barber says, shouldn't you be at the beauty shop? He said, no, I'm in where I need to be. Baby, they couldn't take on Clifford. Came in there, baby, with that blonde, crinkly wig with the pony on top, that see-through waist, white top, with that old nasty piece of cut-off jean that was rolled up into shorts, and it was them boots, bitch. Okay, you better. Child, she said next to Mayor Ruffin and said, now look, I know you love to I love to color my place pink, but this notice right here, I'm about to use this to wipe my ass with. You know, it was that foreclosure notice. Ruffin said it's not his fault. Clifford don't know how to run a business, and Clifford said, forcing folks off their land ain't the way to run a city. Clifford said he been a big help to the city, and Ruffin said it's time for the city to progress. And Clifford said he's trying to erase folk, and Ruffin said some niggas need to be erased. Clifford said if Jonah, the barber over there, knew that the Promised Land equity people were offering him pennies on the dollar opposed to what they offering the barbershops over on the other side of town, wonder how he would feel. Ruffin asked how was he privy to that kind of information, and he showed him a land appraisal chart. Ruffin said nobody going to care what some he-she freak says. The auction is in 2 weeks, and Clifford ass will be on the chopping block. Clifford asked if Ruffin will buy it or will it be Andre, because he heard he ain't never paid for it. Ruffin said Clifford is wait a minute. Ruffin said Clifford is a tumor to the town and he's just counting the motherfucking minutes until he can cut him the fuck out. He said he can tell Ella Reeves the rest of his complaint. He will make sure the mayor's office get right on it. Later on, Mayor and Andre in the car as Eloise is driving, and he asking how did Clifford get a confidential land appraiser's chart. He said, he asked, was Andre fucking Clifford? And he said no. Mayor says somebody done slid up more than your DM to get that kind of confidential paperwork. He said somebody slid on his dick, and Andre said he ain't fucking nobody. He said, look, let me tell you something. Fuck all that. That's between you and your wife. I just want to know how you let something like this out. He said he may have left it somewhere in the paint. Ruffin said he never left no paperwork in no hole in the wall strip joint. Andre was about to explain it was because Corbin was in the pink that he was even there, but Mel said, fuck all that. Uncle Clifford done fucked you and probably this whole deal. They arrived at this cotton of harvest ball. He tell him, look, you deal with them cow brothers, okay? Because I got to get out of here and go up here and kiki with these old cracker ass motherfuckers to get this casino deal done. Finish the deal with the cow brothers, or I will have to be forced to do it my damn self. I said, oh. Now over at the Pink, Lil Murder rapping his song to the track, and the dancers doing what they do. And Mississippi doing her thing 10 times. I think she almost panicked because she came down and was surprised that she didn't fall, honey. It was like something was troubling her. I don't know. Maybe she had a lack of confidence in that moment, or she almost fucked up. I don't know. Back in Uncle Clifford's office, honey. The account telling him that, they can't be moving no more money around, they ain't got it. And that's when Little Murder comes to see him. Apparently, Clifford then showed Murder a way to get to his office that not many are privy to. So by that, he knows Clifford had some dealings with this boy, so he goes on a break. Little Murder really liked Clifford. Want to take her out to somewhere to de-stress, because see, he heard about the club possibly closing. Clifford feels like they can't be like that, opening in public. He gave two examples. He said, what if we wanted to take a romantic walk down by the park by the lake? Lamurda said okay. He said that would be fine, but the last two fags that did that ended up floating in that lake. He said, oh, we can go to this wing place across town, and they could have a wonderful time and feasting on the lemon pepper wet. However, the last two lesbians that did that ended up having a train pulled on them by some angry truckers. See, folks will never accept them in public, so it's best he takes Clifford nowhere. Well, Lil Murder let him know, first of all, my name is Lamarcus, and they can go wherever they want to. They not abiding by what society say. They just gonna go on. They not just gonna fuck and suck in the dark. And laid on nasty kiss on Clifford that Clifford had to submit to. I said, yes, God, honey. Love is love. And if God is love, then God loved the gays, and it's none of us business to be over here judging nobody. Because we ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. Do your damn thing. In the words of Giovanni Mac, know what you know, but don't question what you don't know. Now, moving right along. Back in the dressing area, Keyshawn got all the girls. That's Mississippi talking about the questions, dudes jumping all in her DMs, asking and all of that. One of the girls say, Toya, man, things have changed. She says that she liked the glow up on Keyshawn. It's different from what she was like originally, and she got a little big head. She starts again talking about her likes and how many times her videos have gone viral, and clearly she feeling herself. Then old girl comes in and says that Derek is upstairs with the baby. Now the ladies in the dressing room saying they wonder if Derek done seen them videos. And Val said if aliens done seen it, you could rest assured he done seen it too. When she come outside, and she gathering that baby, we finally get to see her man Derek, who been whooping her tail. He is a white boy, child. And he telling her now that he back at work down at the garage, she ain't got to work there no more. She can stay at home. She says she don't want to stay home. She want to continue to work because it pays the bills. He said, that's it? She said, yeah, that's it. That's why I like working here. and she goes to walk off, and he said, he see why she blowing up. He mentions that video. She was looking all kind of scared. I don't know why, because Diamond was standing right there. But instead of him getting ignorant with her, he said she looked beautiful. He asked her, who watches Regal when you dance? And she said, everybody does, and went back inside. Now, Diamond opened up the door for her because he was standing right there. She go inside, look through Clifford's window to his office and see him and Lil Murder kissing. Wasn't gonna say nothing, but the baby done whimpered that way. That draw attention that she's standing outside there. Plus, it's the camera showing. Clifford said he was gonna talk to her, but Lil Murder said, "Nah, I deal with her." And Clifford said, "Well, okay then." Autumn and Mercedes are having Kool-Aid and talking. Mercedes said that she's not going back to stripping. Autumn said that she once thought that she had an ultimate plan but took a wrong turn, and we see her flash back into her life. The rain, the crying baby, trying to get in a car. She said the water overtook her. She tried to grab her child, but God had other plans. And after searching for her for 3 days and 3 nights, she wanted to die. That's what she telling Mercedes. She said she felt she deserved to die, but then a suitcase came riding in. Inside it was a new life. Mercedes said that God is a God of second chances. She said she will pay Autumn back that bail money. Autumn said that she ain't got to pay me back. I got plenty of where they came from, and goes into her refrigerator and pulls out a stack and gave it to Mercedes, who wanted to know why is she stripping if she got that kind of money. And she said, because I like it. She said she can run Mercedes 10K by the end of the week. Mercedes said cool, but then she's out because she know better than to mess with finessing assholes. And Autumn told her this ain't no scam, it's retribution. She asked what she needed to do, and she showed her the Telex's account, and they used the fake name because Mercedes is actually her real name. It's not a stripper name. Autumn said we're gonna need IDs. She said she know this dude named Maine who could get them for him. Autumn said, can he be trusted? She said he ain't no snitch. That's why he stay in jail. She asked how many you gonna need. She said 10. She said cool. Then she looked at the name that Mercedes typed in, Crystal as Flowers. Now, understand, Uncle Clifford said always use the last thing you ate and, the type of panties that you got on. That's your name. So I don't want to know, you mean to tell me you ate crystals? She said, girl, no, bitch. You been in Chuckalisa all this time and you ain't ate at crystals? And they just laughing about it because they finna go into cahoots to get this money. Boy, it's only one hiccup, baby. Mr. Montavious is sitting in his hotel room eating from what appears to be the Crystal's restaurant. He got takeout. And he is on that Telex's account and he see everything that's going on, the pending transactions. I said, bitch, this shit getting good. That's why these reviews be long. It's a gang of damn storylines in this 1 hour that we afforded. So y'all, these reviews do we a little longer because I go scene by scene. I try to make sure you know exactly what's happening in case and you don't be able to watch this. Bitch, it's like I read. I try to paint the picture in your mind through the reviews, and I hope that you guys are enjoying it. But that's it, and that is all for me on this episode of P Valley, Season 1, Episode 5, Billy. In closing, as always, you do not have to be great to get started, but you do have to get started in order to ever be great. In the meantime, in between time, please remember to rate the video ratings, get me recognized on these YT streets. Comment down below in the pen and let me know what you think about the reviews as well as the show. I will sound off with you down in the pen section. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe to my channel here and my backup channel, LadyNyca Live. A link to the second channel is always in the description box below the title of the video. Once you subscribe to the channel, please set your notifications to all so that each and every time I drop a new channel, you guys will get a notification and you can come over and join in the conversation. Thank you all for your continued support of this channel and me, and I will see you guys in a couple of days. I have an appointment tomorrow, so I won't be back until probably about Tuesday or Wednesday. Have a good start to your week, fam. Try to stay low and stay cool. I'm out. Peace.